Hi, I'm Greg Glennon with Talk Laws. Over time, funeral processions haven't grown as our society has. The meaning of a funeral procession back 20 years ago may have a very different meaning today. Having said that, I'd like to give you some tips on how to be safe in a funeral procession. Many times I watch as cars are going through against the light. I may see a 5 or 6 car length division between the car ahead of the one behind it, and they will proceed into the intersection at great speed. I'm so alarmed when I see this. So this is what I would recommend. If you're going to join a procession, funeral procession, these are some easy tips for you. First of all, unless you just have to be in the procession, but you know where the cemetery is, I would meet the procession at the cemetery. That's about the safest way to do it. You're there, it allows you, you're probably going to get there before the procession. You can casually get there and find out where the gravesite is and have a parking space. Another way to do it is to shadow the procession. If you have a general idea where the funeral is, or where the burial is, I should say, then just shadow the procession. Follow the procession until you can get ahead of it or follow it, stay behind it, but just stay in the general area of it. Now, if you do decide to join the procession, pay very close attention to the car in front of you. A lot of times these car lengths continue to increase. And at some point, particularly going through intersections, people find that as the time to accelerate. If you're going against the light, please use your horn, just honk. Many years ago, I remember as a young boy, as a child, that when someone got married, they would get in their car and they would honk as they drove through the Chicago streets, as they went through the red lights. I believe we need to reestablish that as something that we do in funeral processions. As you're moving against the light, honk your horn. Funeral directors, funeral professionals, as you're moving these processions through the city, if you should see that the light is about to change, pause the coach in the intersection. Let everyone see that there's a funeral procession, and then proceed. Those of you that are self-appointed cutting off cars or vehicles and pulling into intersections and blocking people off, that's illegal. It is illegal for us to block intersections. We can let the public know that a funeral procession is coming through simply by moving slowly through the intersection. And those of you that are escorting funeral processions, you might want to keep moving very slowly. Now let me talk about the right-of-way. There's a confusion about that, well, we're a funeral, we have the right-of-way. The right-of-way can never be taken, it can only be given. So if I don't give you the right-of-way, you don't have it. Understand that. So a funeral procession cannot just pull out into the intersection against a red light. If we are moving through the intersection and the light changes, then of course we can continue on, maybe pausing to let everyone know that a procession is coming through, and then restarting the procession to make sure that all the people that are in the procession are safe. However, for particularly people that call themselves funeral escorts, I want you to understand that you are taking on the liability. If there's a crash, if your vehicle is in an accident, you are responsible, you're liable. If you're in a funeral procession, if the right-of-way is not given to you, it is not yours. That does not mean that you do not continue in the procession and stop at stop signs and stop every place. It simply means that you have to be aware, use your horn, keep the distance between you and the car in front of you no more than 2 car lengths. And funeral professionals, keep that speed down so that you can keep a tight procession. I'm Greg Glennon with Talk Laws. I just want to keep everyone safe out there. Saturday is almost upon us. Understand that it is a funeral day. For those of you that may not be in funerals, please yield to the funeral. And for those of you that may be going to pay your respects, please sound your horns as you go against the light to let people know that you are coming through. Talk Laws, the aftercare difference. Good day.